Welcome to another Quantum Conversation, brought to you by AcousticHealth.com. I'm Loren Gailey, and I invite you to sit back as we enter the quantum realm, that space of the greater part of you. It is your connection to infinite possibilities, infinite potential, and infinite mastery. And we are moving into our divine mastery as we are here on the 11-11-11 gateway, an incredible gateway coming up. We're just ahead of it. And today we are talking about the beautiful opportunity before us to really move into higher states of consciousness and a new way of being. My guest today is Dr. Edwige, and she is going to share with us the new human 3.0. It's a new operating system, and she's going to share it with us. Edwige, welcome to the show. Thank you so much for being here.
Thank you, Loren. You know it's always a delight to join you. Just love it here, so thank you.
Oh, I love talking with you, too. It is quite amazing. And welcome to this gateway. Wow, what are you feeling?
What am I not feeling is the question. Yeah, it's so energetic. Oh, my gosh. And it's beautiful, I tell you. So in the middle of the night, as most people are sleeping, I'm laying there, and there's this beautiful undulation. And I'm just like, if we were cats, I'd be purring. That's what it's like at night. I go into this energy, and my body feels like it's on a beautiful ripple or a wave, and it's just gentle, and it's ebb and flow and ebb and flow, and then the colors come around, and I can just feel it pulsating and moving through my entire body, and I just do my best to inhale it all in because it's so divine and feels so good. Now, during the day, those things happen, and I'm like, really, guys, I need to work. I need to get some work done. But what I'm finding so interesting is, and I want to hear from the audience, please call in and share your experience with the sun. Something magnificent is going on with the sun. And I can be in my office. I'll give you an example. It was around the 1st of October, in fact. I'm sitting in my office, and at 3:19, all of a sudden, I get this wave that goes through me, and then all of a sudden, I'm just bobbing back and forth, and I'm like, oh, yes, I'm in this energy, I'm feeling it, and then the absolute knowing that I need to get up and go look at the sun. And if for those who are sun gazers, you're supposed to look at it, sunrise and sunset, so not midday. But it's 3:19, and the sun wants to talk. So I go outside, I look up in the sky, and there's an angel in the sky, as clear as day. And I'm like, oh, my goodness. So I call to my mom, who's sitting in her bedroom, and I'm like, Mom, you have to come out and take a look. Tell me what you see. Maybe it's my imagination. And she steps outside and looks up and says, oh, an angel. Oh, my goodness. So now the two of us are standing outside looking up at the sun, and the sun begins to dance and turn all these colors for us, and it's just pouring in this energy. It was magnificent and beautiful. And so that was gone. The angel was gone. Later on that day, right around 5 o'clock, I went outside to water some extra water for the plants, because here in Nevada it was still pretty hot. And I look up in the sky, and there's a dragon. I'm like, what on earth? Dragon energy is now in. Whoa. So later on, I need to make a run to a store. So I get in my vehicle, and the sun's still communicating with me. And I'm looking at it as I'm driving, and all of a sudden, I can see things coming from the sun. And I'm like, did I just see something move out of the sun? Wow. Oh, my goodness. So then, and you'll get tickled, I get on the phone with one of my, I have my my circle around me, right, to assist on this journey for me. And so I get on the phone with one of them, and I'm telling him about the experiences of the day. And he says, you know, Mother, you know, they're ready. It's time for you to go to another whole level of communicating with all of these divine beings that are now coming in. And, you know, ships are coming in and different things are coming in. For those who don't know, they're coming in, the good guys. And I'm like, yes, I know, it's coming, I know. And so we're having this conversation, and as we have this conversation, I'm now pulled into Target, and I'm, you know, picking up a few things. I'm now at the checkout. I actually have some cash on me. Usually I pay with a debit card. And so I hand the cashier the money, and she hands me back change just as we were confirming. I was confirming with the gentleman on the phone. She hands me back my change. My change was $4.44.
Surrounded by angels.
I'm like, really? I got the message. Yes, thank you. I saw you earlier. Yes, yes, thank you. And so then, I mean, it's like the sun will find me. It'll come peeping through a window, and I'm like, how are you there? And these energies, literally, it triggers something, and I'm in this pulsing and vibration that's so intense. I'll watch it change colors. Just this weekend, in fact, I was at Hay House's book writers workshop, and I took a moment to go outside, and, you know, the sky was chemtrail covered, and yet when I stopped and looked in the direction of the sun, all of the chemtrail energy dissipated. The sun came forward into that powder blue disc, the Johann that it always does for me, and then there was a ring of pink around it and a ring of gold around it. I actually took a picture of it. And I'm like, wow, even through the chemtrails, it comes forward so that I can see, connect, and get that energy. And so that's what's been going on as of late, that it really is the, oh gosh, it is how these energies are coming in. And if you've not tapped into communicating with the sun, please do so, because boy, it's bringing in beautiful, beautiful life force energies and energies of change.
Beautiful. Okay. It's interesting that you share on that, because just this past weekend, the sun in the sky, there's been incredible sunsets, I do have to say. Those are so incredible. When you saw, I want to say that you saw an angel in the sky in the form of a sylph, would you say? The wispy clouds?
Yeah, and I mean, it was so well defined.
Yes.
It was so well defined that even my 88-year-old mother could see it clear as day, okay?
Yes.
That's how well defined it was. And even the dragon, even, you know how it has the sharp, the spine, it has the, well, if you would, like, you know, triangles that make the tail. Yeah, every detail.
That is so cool. We love stories like that. The rainbows in the sky, when we looked at the sun, it was like miles around it was a little sliver of, like, it could be a whole rainbow around the sun, but we only saw it to the left and to the right of it. So yeah, beautiful stories with the sun, taking photos of the sun. All right, so this energy is coming through the sun. It is a stargate.
Yes, it is. It truly is. And it's, you know, source, right? Helios and Vesta, all of these divine energies come from the great central sun. And I think, and I know that this is just a portal. And so, yeah, it's beautiful. So again, if you haven't been doing your sun gazing, I would advise, and the easiest way to do it is, especially for those who haven't done it before, you know, sunrise and sunset. So when the sun is a golden color, or when the sun is an orange color, not when it's that bright white. Even though I can look at it at the bright white, I would not advise to do that. And you want to build a few seconds every day. So you may begin at 10 seconds and then the next day do 12 and 13 and so on. Take it, you know, gradual. But it's a beautiful thing.
So do you, okay, so if we're going to gaze at the sun, do you squint your, not squint, but you close so that the eyelids are open just a very small crack at
Well,
first?
for me, at first you might want to do it that way, but you know, my eyes are wide open. And so if it's in the evening time when the sun is orange, my eyes are wide open and I don't have to squint. But if I happen to be looking at it during the day when you're not supposed to, quote unquote, and it's bright white, I might start with the squint, and then my eyes make some miraculous adjustment and they're wide open looking at it. But again, I wouldn't advise that, right? Because you know who I am and what I've gone through. So I'm able to do it, and in fact my vision seems to be improving, not getting worse, as they want to, you know, say it will damage your cornea. Good luck with that.
Very, very interesting. Okay, thank you so much for that. That's how we begin to communicate with the sun. And I know that if we look at the sun rays through trees, for example, through branches or leaves, we can see rainbow rays. So it is beautiful, and it is information, and these are new codes coming in. So let's talk about that, because we were chatting. You hold so much light in your body. You are well on this ascension path, and you are an incredible way shower for many. And you literally are going through stages of embodiment. And you've just recently had an upgrade. So tell us about your most recent upgrade.
Okay, and so, you know, these terms that we use to define things, we only use these words because we don't really have a clear enough understanding of words that could better describe it. So I'm just going to start it with that, because we're going to say upgrade, and it really is so much more than taking the system and upgrading the system. What I have gone through in the last 2 or 3 months is a completely different system going in. So yeah, how do I describe it? Literally taking out the old system, whether it be the operating system you want to call it, the way your DNA works, the way your body talks to itself and to the cells, everything was completely taken out, and just the smallest amount, if you will, of the old self or old operating system was left in, so that I wouldn't completely, you know, be immobilized. And so this, for me, was, gosh, somewhere around 10 days, 7 to 10 days it lasted. And I could feel it. I could barely, well, I really didn't do any work in that time as far as, you know, clients or anything like that. I had to basically be still. And every time I attempted to get up to do some work, whether it be, you know, cleaning the house, you know, life, right? I would have this pain in my chest, this pain in my lower diaphragm, my belly. I would have these really awful pains. And the only time the pain would subside is when I went and lay down. And so, and those who know, you know, my work, you know that I talk about having my team of 12 people around me that Spirit has sent to assist, to protect, to do all the things that they assist me with. And so I was on the phone just about, well, every day, a couple of times every day. In fact, I'm like, oh my goodness, it's so intense. Oh my goodness, it's so intense. And they'd be like, Mother, we know, but they're telling us that we can't do anything. That they can't lower it, you just have to get through it, and that they want you to just lay down and be still. It'll be easier if you don't do anything. And so literally, and I'll tell you what marked it, and I'm being guided that I can share with you what was coming in. So, wow, oh my goodness. I am sitting in my family room, literally, you know, and I'm just so blunt. I'm sitting in my family room, filing my fingernails, taking a break, and all of a sudden, I'm guided that I'm supposed to look over. I have these 3 really cool modern art oil paintings hung in my family room. They're abstract art. And I'm guided that I'm supposed to look at one. So I look at the one in the center, because there's 3, and there is literally a golden, like, illumination of a golden spiral. And I'm like, well, how on earth can there be a golden spiral on this picture? The windows have blinds, and there's nothing circular. There's nothing in the shape of that. You know, straight wooden blinds. And I'm like, that's impossible. So then I hear, grab your telephone and start taking pictures. Oh, my goodness. So I took 6 pictures, and I was in shock. In the picture, this absolutely beautiful blue being appeared. And he was so excited. Yes, it's that masculine energy, if you will. He was so excited that he was coming in and that I could see him, and we were communicating in light language, and he was going so quickly. I'm like, slow it down, translate, translate, translate. That's how it was. I mean, oh my gosh, so excited. And then in the next picture, there were more things in the picture. And then in the next picture, there were more things. And so in these pictures, literally, all of the cycles of creation showed up in the pictures. And he was smack dab in the center, this blue being, a future being, a wing maker. Smack dab in the center. And all around, like in the golden mean, were all of these different animals were in it all of a sudden. And you have to realize, again, it's just an abstract painting of blobs of squares and things. There's nothing in it, right? I even took a picture of when it was all done of it being just a regular picture. And so he came in to share that it's time to now move from the old human to the 3.0 to the new way of being, the new prototype, right? Because I get to go through all these things early on. So and that's when everything started, when he came in, and he literally, I will be in the midst of all those energies in the middle of the night, right? And there he is standing, and I'm like, whoa, overseeing this metamorphosis, if you will. And so, yeah, tell me about it. And so then, yeah, that's when this whole process began. And through it, the knowing, the abilities, the energy just got that much stronger. And it was like I could just wave my hand and you could feel it, and it would move you, and something would happen. I wouldn't even have to focus. It was just that simple. And so my mom, who, you know, lives with us, and in fact, you know, this energy coming in was so intense, she had a mild stroke and mild heart attack right in the midst of it. She's recovering beautifully. But yeah, right after.
What was the date around of this event?
Around the 4th of October.
Of October.
Now, here's the interesting thing. So while my mom was going through this experience, my husband's mother transitioned out, and a couple of other older women had issues happen. I know of one that had a tumor. She had to leave the country and have it treated in a, you know, in a more humane way. She's fine. I know of another woman whose elderly mother in her 90s took a fall. So it was a clearing. Hear this, ladies. So you see, the old way, how do I say this, the old programming that generation had of walking behind the man and uplifting the man, and everything is about the man and honoring the man and doing this for him and making sure the kids are taken care of and making sure that you have dinner on the table and making sure you know, bend over backwards to please your husband. If that's your thing, that's fine. Making sure that you're just in the home and you're this and you're that. Guess what? That energy ended, folks. That's what all this was about, as they were all having their experience wherever they were energetically, to move them through that threshold, okay, to move them across the threshold. In fact, for my mom, fascinating, because my dad transitioned out when I was 18 years old, so she's been, you know, a widow this entire time. She's 88. And she still wears the wedding band, and she talks about my dad like he is right there. And so right there in the rehab, we sat there and worked on her and let her see that as she continues to talk about him, think about him, talk about him, bring him in, that she was courted to him, or he was courted to her, and that it was time. I know you love him, you adored him, but it was time to let that energy go, if you will, so that he can move on with what he's supposed to do on that side, and that you are here, because they showed me years ago when all of this was beginning, they showed me, and it almost looked like it was worn, torn, if you will. I was all in white, and we were walking on this road, and my mom was on the right side, and my husband was on the left side, and she was my cheerleader, and he was my guard, which is what they are. And I would wave my hand, and someone injured would get up and be healed. And so I knew early on that they were given dispensations, if you will, to support me on this journey, and that spirit wanted her to now make a conscious choice that, yes, it's that time. And she was able to. And we did some work to help her move through that. And, oh, my goodness, it shifted everything even for her. And so in the midst of that, in the midst of all this changing and the recalibrations and the wiring and everything going on within me, I could literally just walk up to her, not having to touch her, nothing like that. I'd walk up to her because she can see, and she'd close her eyes, and I'm like, okay, Mom, where am I? Because I'm like, now, I'm like, oh, I'm bilocating, I'm going somewhere, and sometimes I can tell, and sometimes I can't. That's just what it is. Sometimes I need to see, and sometimes I don't, and you have to trust the process, that it's all divine. And so I wound up going to the other golden ages of past. Oh my gosh, it was so intense. They were waiting, and they acknowledged, and it was fascinating. I was bringing them these particular codes and things that they even needed to move, because everything is shifting, not just here in the physical. Everything is shifting, and that's why planets in this star system are all warming up. It's not just this one, because everything in this system is shifting and expanding, if you will. And so it's just remarkable to be in the midst of all of it. Even as I'm speaking, everything is just starting to pulse and vibrate. So,
and just feel into that, because it is so beautiful to know that in every moment moving forward, we are getting better. So if it's rough out there, we have a question from a listener that, we're going to get to some of those, but people are having an interesting time. So that is the beautiful thing. When we surrender to this divine love and we allow, when we see that things that are triggering us is simply here to be transcended, that is quite empowering. And every day it gets better and better.
It does. Every day we are becoming our God selves, every day. And, it's just beautiful and remarkable. And so we have to look at the day and the gifts, not allow ourselves to be distracted by, pay no attention to the man behind the curtain. Trust me, pay no attention to that. Don't allow yourselves to be distracted, pulled into the drama of the chaos going on in the world. They're doing that on purpose to distract you, because, reality of it is the negatives have lived off of fear. So just imagine a place where there's no more fear and there's only this beautiful love. And you're like, I'm not falling for the lines anymore and the stories anymore, whether you vote for this or you vote for that, or you have this stance with this and that. None of it matters, because all of it is illusion. All of it is an illusion. What is real is you as a divine being, and as soon as you can get yourself to a higher place, a frequency, a vibration of energy, you will begin to tap into that. Example, so as I was sitting there Sunday, at the workshop, and I went outside to gaze at the sun, I looked out into the air, and there were the rods, all of consciousness. And if you've seen it, they're like tiny little sperm-like things, billions, because that's what makes up what looked like the illusion. And so when you can see that with your eyes open, your bare eyes, wow, that's amazing. And I was just sitting there looking at it, and I'm like, wow, this is just so beautiful to look and see, truly, creation, right? Yeah. And that's where we all have an opportunity to allow ourselves to move to, but we have to get unstuck, unhinged, and know that that's who we are. I am that I am, and that's the truth. Yeah, that's the truth. So as we're moving forward, it's time to end the human and divine sharing. You know how it's been this battle of duality, right? One day you're feeling really good, you're feeling really mighty, and you're feeling really godly, right? Divine and goddess and goddess. And then the next day, this lower ego self takes over and tells you, what do you think? You're not worthy. You're not good enough. You didn't get it right. You screwed up again. You know, all of that. And we go back and forth. And in this physical vessel, we've been, right, I meditate, I feel good, then all of a sudden something happened and pulls me back. And that's what we've been experiencing for the millennia. Well, guess what? It's time to end human and divine sharing the same space. It is now time to allow that master, that divine part of ourself, to take a front seat and to ask that lower human ego self, lower consciousness, to take a back seat. Your divine self, you know, has always been here, right? But we tap in, we tap out, we tap in, we tap out. Imagine that what is coming for this 11, 11, 11 is that we no longer tap in and tap out, that we make a conscious choice to just say, I'm ready to be the divine me. There is no more duality. Yeah.
Boy, that is powerful. And I know everyone listening is raising their hand saying, yes, I am ready. Beautiful. Very, very good to really allow that master to take the front seat. And I know we can look in each of our lives in this past year and see, let's call them episodes of empowerment, where we are inspired in new ways to no longer sit on the sidelines. We can see, we can certainly look and point and, let's say, quote, bitch at things, but we're feeling an empowerment where we're not going to wait around and wait for other things to happen. We're going to do something ourselves. I have seen that with many. I'm getting shivers just thinking about this and talking about it. That to me is very hopeful, very promising. So hold on as we go through this 11, 11, 11 gateway into next year. I'd like to give you some empowerment, an activation that you could do for those who may still be having issues getting distracted, be it by family members who need our help, friends who need our help. Some people are feeling this time not being able to sleep at night, and then maybe they go into worry and fear. That this is really no more fear at all.
You know, and that's true. You have to really surrender. I can't tell you the last time I actually had 8 hours of sleep. It's been years, and I'm okay, right? I'm if you will, quite well, and I'm healthy. So the reality of it is, the more you've done the inner work, raised your vibration, your frequency, the less sleep you need, because you're a higher dimensional being and you're tapping into that. And so we have to shift everything about the way we see ourselves, about the way we think about things. We have to look at things as opportunities, you know. So my mom had the stroke and a heart attack, and she's doing so well. And so what does that mean for me since she lives here? That means, okay, I literally got a baby monitor because our bedroom's upstairs and her bedroom's downstairs. So I got a baby monitor so that every now and then I push the button and I can see her and I can hear if she, needs help. I can hear when she gets up because I have the volume up and I can hear her to go to the bathroom. I'm like, Mom, are you okay? Do you need my help? No, I'm okay. Okay. Do you see? Or having to help her to get into the shower. Now she's starting to be able to do that herself, but I stand there to make sure she's solid, right? There's a seat in the shower, and I help her step in. She showers herself. I help her step out and making sure she can dry herself. I help to lotion her up. Now, I could go into resentment. Oh, my God, one more thing that I have to do, really? Like I don't do enough already? Or I could say, wow, Spirit, this is so amazing that you're actually bringing this to me right now so that it causes me to have more love and compassion in my heart unconditionally, because it's what's going to cause me to catapult even further along the path. Don't you see?
That is a really awesome perspective on that. And that does help us shift it, right? I mean, even in my own life, there is someone who I'm close to that I feel like I'm being taken advantage of by, but when I look into it, because it is that trigger, it is this return to love. I love your perspective to just simply say, wow, this is amazing that I am here to bring more love into the situation. We can feel these triggers now that shut our hearts off. And so when you were talking about flipping back and forth, tapping in, tapping out, well, we're going to tap in 100% now. That's powerful.
Well, and that's a choice, right? And so everyone, are you ready to make that choice? And have you done the work to clear, to really stick to it and no more excuses? We can find a million reasons why something isn't working. Why not find a million reasons to say this is and make it a clear choice? And when you make it a choice, you can't go back. Stop going back on your word to yourself. Stop going back and beating yourself up, right? Make a choice, stick with it, and then hold yourself to that standard.
Beautiful. Okay. Yes, this is really doing the work. All right, let me go to a question then from Darla. Darla is here and says, thank you for your invaluable support with this transformation. How do we stay joyful and positive when we are going through fear, worry, and stress? The last few nights I've woken up with these emotions and have a hard time letting them go, falling back to sleep. And this is unlike me, she says. I feel bombarded by the solar winds, and it's been windy at night. And I struggle sometimes with assisting my kids with their stress and holding an uplifting balance for my family.
Beautiful question. Okay, and there's so many different pieces to that. So, let's breathe. Wow, so that's the first thing that came in, right? Breathe. So you're not taking those moments to anchor back into your heart, you see, and you're not breathing through everything. Simply breathe and do one thing at a time. So, Loren, let's just pick apart that long question, please, and give me the first part of it again, please.
Let's say, how do we stay joyful and positive when we're going through fear, worry, and stress?
Perfect. Okay, so fear is the direct opposite of love. So that fear is showing you something you still need to love. Wow, feel that? That actually just cleared. So, and then fear, false evidence appearing real. You're fearful of some event that may never, ever happen. And it's definitely taking you out of love. So you just have to allow yourself to be in the moment, allow yourself to just say, okay, I'm going to take the time to breathe. I'm going to take the time to be gentler with myself. I'm going to take the time to move into my heart space where I know that nothing is broken and that everything really is working out according for my best and highest good. Even though it may not be appearing that way right now, I know that it's orchestrating on my behalf. What am I fearful of? And whatever that looks like, is it something that I need to jump head in with and say, okay, you know, for example, if you're fearful of heights, go get in an elevator, go to the 100th floor, and guess what? Tackle that fear. So once you try to tackle it, if you will, then and you move through it as you will, then there's nothing left to be afraid of. The sleeping part, you know, these energies coming in are on our behalf. So instead of allowing it to go into anxiety, which it can do, trust me, it can do that, breathe. Go into a meditation, play a song that helps you to relax, right? Go chant a mantra. A wonderful mantra to chant like at 9 o'clock at night is Om Mani Padme Hum, right? I don't even know how to say that one correctly. Om Mani Padme Hum, Om Mani Padme Hum. That one, sing it. 9 o'clock at night, and let it start to tweak your vibration, your energy, so that you can move into more flow. Does that make sense?
Yes, tweaking the vibration.
Yeah, and so that's the thing, and we have to tweak it baby steps, baby steps, baby steps. You're not going to go from 0 to 99 in 2 seconds, so go from 0 to 5 and be there and feel it. And breathe. Now, can I go from 5 to 10? Yes. What's it going to take to get me there? A positive thought. So you can be happy. You can be in joy. It's a choice. It's your perception of everything going on around you. In every moment, you have an opportunity to change what you think and feel about something. We're from our small perception determining, right, what it is and what it isn't. Why not expand that and see more of what it truly is? Just an experience. Just move through it. Just an illusion. It's not real. So why do we get so trapped into thinking it's real? And then when we energetically think it's real, then the body says, well, you think it's real, so it must be real. I'm going to respond. And so then the body starts to go into all this anxiety because you just said it's real. So if you can say, you know, physician, heal thyself, breathe, be calm, tap, listen to a song, relax, let it pass, it will. But we give it so much energy and we put something that's happening in tension. If it's happening in tension, that can't be good for us. So we have to set an intent and move out of tension. You see, being mindful of our words and what we're creating as their spells. So moving out of tension and moving into grace and ease. And loving yourself to get there. Love yourself to get there, because it's fear means you need more love.
Yes. Isn't it amazing that we believe in our fear and our worry, that it's a shifting to really truly believe in ourselves and to love ourselves at that moment. So I think that has been very helpful for Darla. Thank you, Darla.
Yeah,
you can reply.
And really at that moment, because what you just said there is also key. At that moment. So Darla, at that moment when you're in that anxious anxiety, at that moment, stop, breathe, and love yourself. Now, how do you do that? Well, have a moment. I am a being of the violet fire. I am the purity, God's desire. I'm a being of the violet fire. I am the purity, God's desire. Or I am love. I am joy. You know, that's one thing that I love doing in the middle of the night as I'm laying there. If I'm in between traveling, if I'm in between traveling and I'm actually consciously just laying there, I am love, I am light. I am love, I am light. I am peace, I am light. I am joy, I am light. I am healthy, I am light. I am prosperous, I am light. You see, and you just move yourself into that, and you begin to have that beautiful knowing within yourself, and it calms you down, and it brings you back into balance. Everything is about coming back into balance. Okay, so earlier today, one of the occupational therapists working on my mom, and afterwards we were having a conversation because she's like, I know I'm here for your mom, but I'm really here to hear you, right? And so we were going through different experiences that she's had. She actually was in a car accident, had her near-death experience, so she's awakening beautifully. And we were talking about all of the stuff that's bombarding her, the overwhelm, and, how she's reacting to things and all of that. And so we were just going through that, and I shared with her this experience that I had back in 2011 when I had a water store. And I know I've told this, but it's a really important lesson here. As I was pulling up to my own store, I got a flat tire. And I let that tire frustrate me and annoy me, even though my husband came and changed it. Someone, a customer in the store actually took me to my appointment. My mom came and worked in the store for me while this gentleman was taking me so that I could make my appointment because he happened to just be there at the right and perfect time. He waited for me at the facility and brought me back to my store. My husband had been there, changed the tire, was on his way driving to California, and then my mom could leave and go home, and I worked the store for the rest of the day. So now I'm home by myself. Back then she didn't live with us. I'm home by myself, go to bed, and in the wee hours of the morning, back then my power number was 413, saw it all the time. I was awakened at 413 in the morning, and, I'd see license plates saying 413 with the letter U when they wanted to get a message to me or let me know that they're with me. And so at 413 in the morning, I hear an outside voice saying, disconnect from an uneven temper. And I jumped up, and I'm like, well, who just said that? And the voice, a gentle, loving voice, said it again, disconnect from an uneven temper. And I said, oh, the way I behaved, the way I reacted over a flat tire, a simple thing, if we would just breathe. And so I said, well, I know this is not coming from me because I don't even speak like that, right? So I got up and I'm like, well, I better write this down. I won't remember it in the morning. So I got up and I wrote it down. And then I'm like, okay, I'm ready to relax now, go back to sleep back then. And is there anything else? And the voice said, love is all there is. So you see, those moments when we're going into the fear, those moments when we're going to anything, we're not in love, for love is all there is. And we're not supposed to let anything distract us and put us in uneven energy, an uneven temper. Disconnect from an uneven temper. So if something is causing you to think anything, to feel any way other than love, stop, breathe, stop reacting, go to this place of peace, of balance and harmony, and do what you need to do to get you there, and then you respond to your children accordingly from that place of unconditional love and kindness and patience. Makes sense, doesn't it? Yeah.
Yes, beautiful. And Edwige, when you shared that with us, I am love, I am light. I too, when I wake up in the middle of the night, and sometimes if I go into worry, it's easy, right? We're human. We can be distracted by thoughts that come in.
Oh, easily.
Those are so comforting. It is so comforting to say that. And that's how we shift it. We do make that shift when we are able to say it like that. I am love, I am light. Thank you. Okay, so we've heard from Darla who says...
Okay.
It is.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. No, go ahead.
No, it's melodic, and it actually, see, what it does, I am love, I am light, it connects you to source, and all of a sudden you're cradled in this pure divine energy. And for me, it'll feel like I'm being rocked like a baby. And I'm like, whoa, this really clears all separation, you see. It's that powerful, folks. It's that powerful. And it just moves you into a place of knowing that all is well, that you are divine, that this is an illusion, and you are nothing but love. I am love, for I am light. And it's a confirmation, it's an affirmation, and that is going to help you again. Not only will it help you to clear, but it's going to help you to advance on the path.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Beautiful. I am love, I am light. Beautiful and powerful. Well, I want to share that Darla says, thank you, thank you. I'm struggling to figure out the fear, what it's about. I feel it, but can't identify it. And it seems to take an hour before I get out that meditation journey, she says. So she'll remember this all. Okay, beautiful. Thank you so much, Darla. Thanks for sharing. Well, Edwige, when we talk about
By the way,
activation...
she's fearful of failure.
Oh, you just picked up. You are very psychic as well, and so there's some things that you're intuiting there.
Yeah. And see, you can't get it wrong, folks. You just have to give it your all, you see. Yeah.
You can't get it wrong.
Yeah.
Just give it your all your love. Okay.
Absolutely.
Great. All right, let's go to a caller. We're going to take Bridget in Houston. Bridget, hi, you are unmuted. Do you have a question for Edwige?
Hi.
Hi.
Hi there.
Hello.
It's so interesting to hear all of that, and I resonate with so much. I would like to know, should we clear something about ourselves? How can we do this? I mean, you gave us a few ideas. I also was really interested. I see those black wiggly things in the air outside you talked about.
Rod. Yes. Uh-huh.
So that's very interesting to hear. So everything you said was really, really beautiful. Yes, how can I clear and stay clear and stay, as calm as possible? Is there any method, you can suggest how we clear ourselves?
Oh, thank you for that question. Okay, so obviously it's about being mindful of your surroundings, right? What you allow to bring into your field and what you don't allow to bring into your field. So this is just a process, if you will, of expansion, right? The tools that we develop along the way. And so you're not going to go outside in the rain without an umbrella, so why would you go and not put protection around yourself, shields around yourself, do an ongoing clearing, checking your frequency, checking your auric field to make sure it's whole, bringing in the violet flame to transmute anything that's not of the highest and purest light. So these are all different things that we do as we become the masters. In fact, I believe within the package that Lauren is offering, I'm offering a 1 hour, I think it's even longer than that, clearing protocol. So if you get the package, you're going to have that tool. And it's something that you would do. My assistant, at one point, she was doing it every day because she's in the midst of living with some family members or whatever's going on there that required her to stay clear because she felt like she was being attacked. And it has transformed her household. So that's one of the tools that's in the package this time. And so it's about you utilizing a protocol like that to keep yourself clear. You're seeing the rods, and so you have to understand that you're in higher vibration, higher frequency. So you have to start to be a lot more conscious of you as this divine goddess that you are, and what you will allow in and what you won't. So you have to start to set better intent, if that makes sense to you, for your energy. So for me, for example, I do my morning time prayers, and as I do my morning prayers, I am created by divine light. I am sustained by divine light. I am protected by divine light. I am surrounded by divine light, and I am ever growing into divine light, for I am divine light. Nothing less than that divine light of source energy and pure love may come near me this day. And so it is. You see? So I'm always in some sort of dialogue, if you will, with me.
Yes.
Does that make sense?
Yeah, it totally does. Yeah, beautiful.
Beautiful.
Because you have the ability to do that, or you wouldn't be seeing the rods, trust me, because you have to get to a certain level of consciousness to be able to see that. So what are you doing with that? Understanding that everything's an illusion, understanding that you're really safe and that you're a projection, then what are you projecting and what are you putting into that projection? Well, stop living on default, waiting for something to happen. Set a clear, you got it.
Yes, beautiful. Thank you so much. Yes.
You're welcome.
And I had just a few nights before, I had was falling into a nightmare, and I woke myself up, and I did exactly what you said. I was calling on Lord Michael, and I was calling on the violet flame. And
beautiful.
Yeah, and it helps. Yeah.
Yeah, well, and we have to understand, or overstand, quite honestly, so this illusion of 3D is 3D, but when we go to sleep, we're going into the fourth dimension, the astral plane, and we all know that the good, the bad, the ugly are there, right? And it's very real, and so, again, it's about you doing the work to raise your vibration, your frequency, so that you move into the higher levels of 4D, right, where you don't have all that negativity and those causing nightmares. There's a group, a reptilian race that lives in the fourth dimensional consciousness?
Yes, I have heard about it.
You heard right. Yes, the Russians are very, very, very aware of this. They have lots of information on it, and in fact, there's a stone, shungite, that I want to say it's either 200 grams or 300 grams of shungite in a gallon of water. It will purify the water. That's how they purify the water. And they drink this water every day, and it actually dissolves that fourth dimensional race from your consciousness, and you won't have nightmares. They can't attack you because you've disintegrated them. That's how you get. Yeah, I know. Crazy, right? But we're not crazy. We're awakening.
Yes. Thank you so much.
So invest in some shungite and wear a piece of shungite. It actually also is really good for protecting you from EMF. So I keep a piece in front of my computer. There's a piece, I wear a piece wrapped in copper, and I have a piece in front of the television. So yes, it's good for protecting you from that, but you also put it in water and drink the water.
Good to know. Beautiful.
Wow. That was cool. Thank you. Thank you, Birgit.
Thank you.
Beautiful question.
Wow. I know probably everyone is Googling shungite right now or going and grabbing it. That's powerful.
And you should. Let me tell you, you should.
Yes.
And it comes from outer space, and it's been on this planet for, I think, 1 million years. I forget. But you can find all the information if you go Google it. And like I said, it's in Russia.
Powerful.
But you can find it on Etsy. Or I ordered it actually from Russia. Yeah.
Interesting. Okay. Well, I wanted to ask you about the rods again. What are the rods? So you said that you saw those in the sky. Are they made out of clouds?
No. Oh, no. So, and
the
even
rods.
in the evening time, so like right now, if I were to look at my wall, I can see it moving. I can see it pixelated. Well, basically, that's the rods. So it's the atomic and subatomic particles holding, if you will, consciousness, right? They're conscious, holding this reality together.
Wow.
So for an example, we think ourselves to be solid, but I was working on a client a couple of years ago, and I actually have this video. All of us, because it was on Skype or Zoom or one of them, and all of a sudden she looks at me and says, "What's going on in your room?" And I'm like, in my office. I'm like, "Well, what do you mean?" Because I wasn't paying attention to that. I was looking at her. And she said, "Look, your room is filling with white light." So I look at the camera, on the screen, and I'm like, "Oh my gosh, my room is filling with white light. I have this diode on my desk, and sacred geometry is coming off of it." And I'm like, push the record button. I'm going to record this. I don't know what's going to happen, but I'm recording it. So as I'm in light language and as I'm working on her, I can see me sitting in an orb. I'm sitting in a sphere, and it was green and blue and violet. energy making this sphere literally all around me, this bubble that I'm sitting in. And I'm like, what? And then I got lighter and lighter and lighter until you could see the furniture through me. Yeah. And so I dematerialized. And so what we have to understand or overstand and understand is that everything is energy, and energy is spinning at a particular frequency, right? The slower it spins, the denser and realer it seems. The faster it spins, the lighter in vibration, the lighter in frequency it is. And so that, the rod, if you will, those are simply the subatomic and atomic particles making up everything. And when you get to a certain level of higher frequency, higher vibration, higher energy, you can see it because you know that this isn't reality. It's an illusion. And so, like I said, right now it's starting to, you know, get a little dusk, if you will, and I can see everything moving.
Wow. Okay, I know we're all going to be working on that and that vision of ourselves. Very cool. That kind of explains different episodes. I know we can all look back and say, wow, that was when my vision was kind of wobbly, or it was kind of shimmery. Very, very cool.
Absolutely. Oh, and the shimmery thing is the fifth dimension. Oh my gosh, it's beautiful. You know, you have this golden hue to everything, and it's like it's alive, and you can see the life permeating from it. And like where you were mentioning earlier about looking at the trees and seeing the rainbow, you'll also see this glitter. Well, that's how I describe it anyway. It's like these rays of glitter coming off of the leaves of the trees, and that's fifth dimensional energy that you're absolutely glimpsing into. It's just remarkable.
Okay, we're all going to be looking out with new eyes, elevated eyes, ascension eyes. Okay, well, Edwige, you offer personal sessions, one-on-one sessions that will activate people. Is there something in our group right now? Maybe we could do a short little light language transmission for this gateway, for empowerment in this gateway.
That sounds lovely. All right, so everyone, with your permission, just get comfortable. Relax your shoulders. Close your eyes. Let's take a nice long breath in. And out. Letting go of your worries, your fear, your judgments. And inhale. And exhale, doubt, and guilt, and shame. Now as we inhale, let's inhale our expansion. Let's set a clear intent of moving through that threshold, expanded. And exhale. Makotose miyamuma. Now just hold that. Feel yourself rocking back and forth. Feel yourself tapping into your heart. And that's what I'm going to speak to, your hearts. Katosha mika se totonikai, katosha mokusu yamukutusha nigai matoru wanaha, kaya makushakete se miya mokutosa makushakate di atuse be aturia chikatu, tete miya mokusai makotose yatush, eni nana kuchkai kai, bakotosa bakuko nikai. Kaya makutobasa pekuchukatai, makutosabiya batosamiya mukuchukatai, mama tosea tusene atushene katia sia muku, amatosabiya turchikatia dia si, toruya ni atuchikatai, makuso ich eni amukutosea muma, kai matosea matoshania tu, tata matose kichikai katoria puma, patsa nukusaya makosea ama, kai matosea matosa, mukusha kotosea ama. Just see this beautiful golden white light coming in. This light is the light of illumination. And with this golden light, bring in peace and knowing. And let this peace and this love permeate every cell of your body now. Bokoto se mi atosama kukachi atuni niha kayama koshenika sa peperi otosa totoji eti asimi otosama kutoshenikiti kayama kose se mi amakusha patoria puma atu isi atunia batosheniku sa. There we go. Into your heart. And now we're going to send that to cell, to cell, to cell. Makoto sebi amotosheni se mi amokotosama tope. Kaya makosea makushakataya makutosebia purua naha tata matosebia tukachikai katai me atosa matoria otoria ma kapato pese pikatukichikai kataya nakutukachikai matokichikai katakia tuotikataya tukataya takatikataya nakatukataya pakutopikataya pakutopikatika tukatikatikataya nakatikataya nokutokatia pakutopikatukichikataya ni apoto sepikatamia pakochokatoya ni kataya kushkataya makutopikatikatu pakutopikatikatu se mi makusha makutopia patubia samakutopatu eji atoya ni haro sasa. Oh, and breathe out. Hi, makoso ayamu mama matose hamma tushe aku ni atuse atushine kutise tepikatose pia puto ichigia dia sama tose pia mukuto samaku iniha tete dia sama toshike tigatia si no kuto sabatoshi ni katia si atu tia chikai notoria tumi amotosebi. So what do you need in this moment for you to be able to step on that path and choose the doorway to your God self? Matose is being provided potosa batose bichi and nia nushada tatashi deji katushini ketesepi kotoshanaku tatama koshiketia tia si totoria tushini katubia potosaba otobia potosapa tobia mia makututenia potosapa papato nia tosepea buru tamasama kotosepia chukatia tia si to te tama tosepika chikoto nikata papato se atuchine alnurnia tosapa kotopesebia makotobia nushta natara ate asiama kotosabakotoni atuchine katosebia mukuto sabako shukotoria tama tapatoria samakotopika tushine do sabato yania tia sia noko shukatai mato sepe te se kutushine kataya nakatea sia nukatea mukata sabakoto yanama tapato shine rusasa makoto sepia nia tosata tukotea pia buru nia chikataya nakateo sapia buru anahara achikate tetea nia noche ato eti ati asamia puru achikitiga tigataya makoto semia mu ma kaparo sepia puru nia tushine rakusa tata matosepia turia chikatea dia bringing every cell, every atom, every electron of your being this beautiful energy. Ba ya 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 makoto se amakoto ya ni amoni ya puto ya ni amoto ya ni amodo ni amoto se amakoto ya no ni ha tata makose ya makoto sa matose ya makushokote se mi amoto sa matushini kuku ni atu atate totoni atushini kutu se bia buru atama kuku ni ha shopokutu ya bai ha ya mi amoro ati ya makoto ki ni achko ya bakosabaku. And from your heart, we connect it to your crown. Say mi autosaya makuse, say mi amasaya makusa sami amasaya. Tepekecheni asaya makusha makusea mukutosea mukutoti ni atushna. Peperi atuseni atushana kukukini ama. Tepe atuse di atuse mi amushukorui nakae makutose se mi amuru anama. Tepe aturu asama kushaketi titia ni atia kokokeri achomokusama tosea motosheniku. And down below your feet to your earth star chakra, bringing it in, matose and anchoring it in, matose be apuru atama kotope se be atoshinika tosa se pitotu chikai, patopia tia nia no chigetia siamo kotosabato shiniara kataya mokosapa kochiketia tia samotoshinia nia no sa, papa peri atosa mama tose se be atoshinika tia siamo kotosabia pushonukrusa. Kai matose me kachiri ete se mi apotose mi amato samachu tata feel yourselves expanding patoi ama Toto ni ama mama, to say ama mama, to say ama mama, to say ama mama. Kaya no ke ama, to say ama, to say ama, to say ama. Become aware of yourself again in your heart space, where there's only love, where there's non-judgment, where there's peace. It is this energy that will move you through that threshold. Mai ke se kotochi atu mi atuchi ese amatosa. You are love. You are perfection. Moko se atoshine katia mukoto se mi mama. Kaya mokusha nukuto se atuchi atuche atuche. There we go. When you're ready, focus back on your breath and the awareness of your body slowly. Feeling lighter. Feeling more tuned in, more tapped in to you as a divine being, to your truth. There we go. We are complete.
Well, what an activation. Edwige, that was electric and very energetic. The codes that came through, and I know personally for each of us they'll be received in our own unique way, but I just hear the word empowerment and activation.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
Yes. You're welcome. And so we must empower ourselves, right, to move forward. We must give ourselves permission, you see.
Yes.
We must find ourselves worthy that, gosh, the treasures of the universe, of the kingdom are ours. Reach out your hand. Receive. You've been asking, dear ones, you've been asking. It's now time to change the frequency, the station, and receive, receive, receive. Beautiful.
That feels so beautiful. Absolutely peaceful and divine, and this is ease and grace, and it brings a smile to our faces and to our hearts. Thank you so much for that.
You're welcome. My honor.
What a fascinating conversation with you, as always. It seems like every time we reconnect, there's just such new insight that you bring forward. And I just want to honor you and thank you for that. And you do tireless work, and you assist people in this ascension process. And
day in and day out.
Day in and day out, tirelessly. And
yes.
So when people work with you one-on-one, they are getting these codes and this light language that you're bringing forth. Can you share a little bit about the personal one-on-one session that you do that is in your special offer?
Absolutely. So, and it's unique to everyone because, well, we're all different star seeds. So what's fascinating that I find probably one of the most interesting things that I will speak to you in your language, which I'm like, did that just come out of my mouth? But it speaks to you at a cellular level.
Yes.
And so how magnificent. And so you have to understand that wherever you are is where you are. And so we work with you at that particular place, whether it's needing to remove more blocks, dis-ease, of whatever it looks like for you, your fears. We work on that, to begin to pierce away that illusion so that we can bring in these higher energies, and these energies will then continue to work with you, on you, once you say yes. And what I find so amazing, so fascinating, for some, as soon as they book a session, the work begins. And they will say, I have either come to them or they're starting to feel the energy start to work in them. In fact, I tell you, it's such an honor to be this beautiful mother. I have a dear client, and I won't mention her name, but she was in a hospital several months ago. I think she said 20 days, I'm not quite sure. And she said she was in excruciating pain. And every day that she was in pain, I came to her and held her in some way that helped mitigate the pain, until she finally got the message to stop taking this particular drug. The pain stopped, and I no longer needed to come to her energetically. So this is so big, and it really, truly is. It's humbling, let me tell you. And so you're changed. You're changed when you have a session, because so much takes place in your expansion. To the degree that you are ready to receive, you shall.
Yes, beautiful. And I love what you said. You just have to say yes. It is amazing how you are bilocating, you are working with your clients in this space, in the other realms. That is so beautiful. Yeah, they do.
Oh, it's amazing. They do. I mean, and things like, again, this happened several months ago. A friend, she was driving, and she sent me a text, I need protection. And I'm like, okay. Instantly, I went into light language. Instantly, I found myself standing with my wings up and out, peacock goddess, standing in front of her vehicle, blocking what was trying to attack her. I'm like, oh my goodness. Yes.
Wow. So
there
beautiful.
There is no shortage of being bored, let me tell you.
Not through the ascension process. Okay.
It's like, really? Did that just happen? Oh, yeah, it did. Okay. Yeah.
Very
but you know what?
fascinating.
What's really cool, though, Lorraine, I have to say, it's that we move through this with the innocence of a babe, you see? Because we set parameters around ourselves. We put up blocks, and we want to believe ourselves to be less than. We are divine. We are superheroes. I am goddess. I am that I am. I know who I am, and I stand fully in it. And so, yes, all of this is possible and more, right? I mean, I have even levitated in bed, and I'm like, okay, where am I going? Where am I going? And they're like, trust. And I wound up coming downstairs into my mother's bedroom, and my hands went into her side. This was like 6 months ago. And my hands went into her side and massaged whatever was going on right there. And I'm like, whoa. And then when it was done, I was instantly back in my bed. Well, I jumped up, right? I jumped up, opened the bedroom door, ran downstairs, went into my mother's bedroom, and looked at her. I'm like, okay, she's sleeping peacefully. Okay. Yeah, those are the things that happen, folks, when you say yes. Get out of your way. Get out of your way. Become the divine being that you are here and meant to be, here and now. It's not even about the future anymore. It's here and now. What are you doing to step into your power now? What are you doing to become God now?
Yes, so Edwige is the perfect person to assist you if you are ready for that. And you can grab a personal one-on-one session with her and really accelerate it now, here. I know we're all feeling the call of the heart, and your work just helps nudge a little bit further on an accelerated path.
Oh, absolutely.
Beautiful.
Absolutely. Holding those codes and keys for humanity, right? That's what they showed me back in 2012, all the templates. And so if you're ready to turn those things on, then here I am. You ready to assist you in any way that I can.
Yes.
That's what it's all about. We are all a piece of the puzzle, and every piece matters. Regardless of the size, the shape, the color of that piece, all pieces must come together, you see.
Well, Dr. Edwige is a light code activator, and the work that she does is on a cellular level, raising your frequency with light language and helping you clear old programs that no longer serve so that you can activate your higher consciousness. If you'd like to book a personal session with Edwige, check out the special offer at acoustichealth.com/special offers/111111. Edwige, thank you so much for this quantum conversation. Personally, I am just elated, and I know our listeners are elated. We could literally feel that light language in our bodies. It changed from a cellular feeling through my torso. At different times, it was in my ears. It was fantastic. And
Beautiful.
as we go through this frequency that are still working with us, any advice for those to just, I guess, surrender or let go? Any other words about this process?
Absolutely. So here it is. Feel yourself and allow yourself to be in that space of your heart, right? And let go. And if you don't know what it is you're afraid of, if you don't know what it is you need to let go, then ask. Go into that heart space, be still, and say, show me, what is it that I still need to surrender? Because I'm willing. I just need clarity. And allow that to come forward for yourself, you see. Yourself will take you to that lifetime. It's a beautiful thing. And just let it go. Be at peace. And know beyond a shadow of any doubt that you are worthy.
Yes.
That you are worthy.
Be at peace and know that your love matters. All love matters. All things matter. Edwige, thank you so much. Is there anything else you'd like to say about your special offer? I would like to include that online healing retreat that we did as well. That was a beautiful, great.
Yeah,
that was
and I know
6 hours of ascension, really way showership. You explained the phases of ascension.
Absolutely. So yeah, and I know in your email we can definitely do something in January, February. And what I'm thinking, something on the lines of what the initiations, more on what the initiations really look like. So maybe we'll do something on the 7 main initiations of ascension, because they're really intense, folks, and to have a clearer understanding of them. For example, knowing the first one is of physicality, right? And here we are in this physical. Wouldn't that make sense? But what does that mean? There's so much more around it than what meets the eye. So I think that might be a good mastermind for us to do as well. But yeah, this in this package, obviously the one-on-one, and I really wanted to offer the one-on-ones, and I've opened up my calendar so that we can get as many in as possible before the 11:11 window gets here. So for everyone on this call and coming to the call later, if you have any doubt that you're able to, by yourself, see those 2 doors and walk through them, then please, you're the ones that need to reach out, book sessions so that we can get you clear. I'm doing my best to fit as many people as I can in before that window arrives so that we can move you through that window. That's why I included a clearing protocol in the package. Listen to that clearing protocol. If you need to do it every day till then, do it every day till then. I cannot emphasize enough, folks, this is not going to happen again for a long time. And so you must step into your power. You must step in and use these opportunities that the divine hand is bestowing upon you. Because if not now, when?
Yes, right here in the now. Okay, well, thank you for opening up your calendar to assist, because we are right here coming up on that window about 5 days from now. So thank you for that. Thank you so much for the flexibility and making yourself available.
Absolutely.
Again, that special offer is available at acoustichealth.com/special offers. Well, Edwige, I just want to say it's so beautiful to be here in your presence. That light language was extraordinary today, and we are still feeling it. So as we say goodbye, I just want to give you a moment to close our sacred circle.
Absolutely. So everyone, again, be in the awareness of you, a divine being, in your heart, one with Source, where there is no separation, and you are divine. Now, as you see that, feel that, hold that, know that, be that. Ma makose se tochikatae matose ama. Aya makose ase ama. Totori asa matose ama. Okushakete mi ama potose ama tose. Ah, and so you are. Rest for the moment and know that the holy breath of all that you are is one within you. That golden, beautiful breath of life is you. You are infinite love. You are limitless abundance. You are one with all life. You are harmony of your true being. You are vibrantly healthy and eternally youthful. You are a peace-commanding presence. You are all that you desire to be, and you are sacred. And so it is.
And so it is. Thank you, Dr. Edwige, for this quantum conversation. Exquisite. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Much love.
All right, and stay tuned. We'll be putting your next co-creations available on this website, and we'll let everyone know. Thanks, Edwige. Blessings.
Okay. Much blessings. Bye-bye, dear.
Bye-bye. Again, if you'd like to check out Dr. Edwige's special offer and the online healing retreat, 6 hours on the Ascension, you are welcome to check out the special offer available on this website. So thank you, everyone. Blessings. Thank you for listening. If you've enjoyed this program, please share it with your friends and loved ones. And we thank you for shining your magnificent light and adding it to the world. This is when we love ourselves like no one else can. We leave you now with music from the universe. Music literally created by the universe, as musical notes were assigned to mathematical equations. The result is this beautiful music, available at acoustichealth.com. Namaste.